Hmm? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I want to know the date the other day she picked. It might be repeated.
Yes. She just used
So
that one. I believe she just used it because probably she found out that the dates are unique in her own case.
mm,
Yeah.
okay.
That is not the best scenario to use for what we did, but at
But
least we just use that to practice because she discovered that
yes,
dates are unique.
okay. But what I want to ask, if the date is not unique, what happens? It won't work, Abby.
It will not work. It will not work.
Okay. I just want to confirm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will not work. Whichever data or values you are using must be unique, please. So if your data set does not have unique value, then you have to find a way of either manufacturing it inside the data or it's not qualified for this purpose.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so I want to officially welcome us to this section. This is our day 10. That means we'll be having lectures 10 consecutive times now. So which means that we have learned a lot as far as Excel is concerned. And I'm also impressed with most of our performance, particularly those that have not missed any of the live classes. People like Onyeye, I think it's only Onyeye that have not missed any of the live classes. The rest, they've settled for video. I know what I'm going to do one of these days is that at the end of the class, I will not send link to them. I will personally send the link to those that are here. Then, in order for me to encourage them, but if they are actually copied, fine, because I'm surprised most of them outside the country, they usually submit the assignments even before Thursday. And meanwhile, they did not attend the live class. Over there, they are used to this kind of recorded video system. So I believe that based on their time differences, most of them, this could be their daytime. That is why they are not able to join. But I encourage us to continue to join because I know there are a lot of advantages attached to it. So without wasting our time, we have been on developing system. So what we are doing is actually classified under data engineering. Data engineering, where you are developing automated system, where you are developing applications for analyzing data, either for a business owner or business operators in general, depending on the type of business the person is into. So we are able to come up with this system in our last class, which was yesterday. And what this system is designed to do for a business owner, this is actually developed to assist or to help in fetching records from the data source. So in this case, this is the entry sheets. So this is where once sales is made, this is where the information about the transactions are entered. And then what we are trying to do here as data analysts is to avoid them coming here to look for a particular information. So right from here, they can call it out. That is, we have built an automated system such that once they pick an ID, then that ID will enable them to call out all the corresponding information relating to that particular selected ID. So you can see the way it's automating because this is what makes this automation or automated, because as soon as you pick one value, then it calls out other information, which means that you are not manually what? Fetching this, you are not manually fetching this. So that is what makes it automated system. Now, we build this automated system using two Excel advanced functions. And these functions, they are classified under what we call statistical function. Statistical function. Now, we combine data validation, and like I told us yesterday, that the data validation involvement is optional. It is up to you. Now, it means that we can as well leave this particular cell empty, such that we expect whoever wants to call out information through this system from the data source should be able to impute the searching criteria, that is the value that the VLOOKUP we use to search and call out other information here. But we are considering the fact that some persons can make typographical error that might lead to not calling exactly the value that has been captured in the data, and therefore not being able to fetch any information. So to avoid that, we are trying to make it seamless. We are trying to make it, flawless, so that there won't be any room for errors to be generated. And that is why we use data validation to drop down all these values, which are recognized as the list. At the same time, serves as the criteria the VLOOKUP look up to in order to fetch all the associated information relating to the selected value. So that's what we did. And we implemented VLOOKUP. So it was actually the VLOOKUP that look up to a value in this cell and call out other corresponding information about the value in that cell. Now, I told us yesterday that the VLOOKUP is called vertical lookup. It's called vertical lookup, which means that it can only search for value that are vertical. Okay? It can only search for values that are vertically arranged. Okay. Somebody have question? Go ahead with your question.
Okay. You said there that it's not a must that we must validate that column. That
Yes.
we can actually type.
Yes, you can type it. You can type it.
Okay, so if we did not validate it, and we need to type it, so does that mean that before we do the second region analysis, we'll first of all type that first figure here?
No, you will just reference it. Remember, we did some time ago with these cell references, which means that the cell will be captured as an empty cell. So once a value comes on it, it will react.
So we can actually click it as an empty cell too.
Good. Now, this is what, let me just demonstrate it. This is what we did yesterday now, VLOOKUP. This is what we did yesterday, right?
Yes.
Now, in the place of observing or selecting your lookup value, let's say this is the empty cell now. You just click on it like this and put comma and move on. Yes. So that is what you
how will it be linked to the other ID? Or is it when we do the table array, okay, when it sees that value, it will now go and look up every other thing?
Okay, you know what will happen? Let's particularize this full. Let me just run it. To
remove the validation, right?
Yes, without the validation, so that you can get it. To take time. Let me just run it so that it will be clear to every one of us. Now, this is what to do. Now, in this case, what I'm going to do, let me formalize it. So let's say I copy just this section, Control-C, and paste it here, Control-V. Now, this is where we did validation. So I'm not going to do validation. So I will just come straight to where I am applying VLOOKUP now. So I will just say VLOOKUP, then I will observe here. And then I will just command, then switch to my data source to capture the boundary, which is my table array. So I'll come back here. Now you can see that when you want to select your table array, you are including it. So that is why it's going to see it. You are including it. So now, comma, then the next thing is the column index. So the column index is T2, and then comma, then 0, comma, then 0. So let's put it here. So this is what you get, man. You will get a value like this. So whenever you get value like this, it means error, formula error. So that is what Excel has interpreted this. But you and I know there is no error. Why is interpreted as error? Because it has not found value here. So now, let me click here and call out a value from the order ID in the data set. Remember one of the logic that I showed us the other time, where I could just type equals to, then switch to the data set. So let me just reference one ID. Let's say I am dealing with this ID. And then once I press enter, you can see what happened. Exactly.
Okay, so before they pick it, they will type equal to, not just to type the number.
Exactly. That is because I don't want to make mistake. I don't want to manually type this 6691. So I understand that as an expert, that I can just call it out from a cell using the equals to reference it. But the lame person we have to type it manually. They are not going to use this method, except you are an expert that understand that, okay, you can actually call what is in a particular cell using the equal sign.
Okay. I just wanted to learn the process. Maybe I just wanted to know if there is any other way of doing it, as any other formula that we use in doing it if we don't validate it.
Yeah, which you have already discovered now, right?
Yes.
Which also align with
other one is easier.
Good. That is good. Now you now see the essence. So you have saved the person from. I like this. You have saved the person from. You are trying to make your application to give them good experience. Okay, you are trying to make sure that it's not difficult for them to walk around it, because someone else can present this one to them, and then you will come, you present the one that you are telling them they have to type it here. They may not buy your own. They may just buy the persons that have already dropped down the content. Is that clear?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
All right.
Sorry, quick one.
Okay,
please.
So like I was saying.
Excuse me, sir. How do you copy formatted cells?
What we did yesterday was
I don't know where you go.
The application of VLOOKUP to design analysis automated system. Now, I said these functions are 3 types. Now, before we know how they came about, one of the function we are going to look at tonight, which is called hlookup, we need to understand the challenges that arise from the application or the error of VLOOKUP and hlookup. Because just like the way we apply VLOOKUP to search record in a vertical or to search vertically arranged data, we also have hlookup, which I'm going to start with. So my plan is to cover hlookup and slookup. So once we have covered that, then we have 2 advanced topics left in Excel, which would be conditional formatting and pivot table. So once we have covered those 2 topics, then we can now move to the next 2, which is Python. Now, let's start with the hlookup. So let me quickly go back to my slide and explain the concept around it. So we are still building our data analysis automated system, which is referred to as dynamic dashboard with Excel. Remember, I highlighted yesterday, when you use some terms in this field, terms like interactive, terms like dynamic, you should differentiate them. You should know what you are talking about. When you say interactive, for example, if I go back to my report, this particular dashboard, you will observe that what they are interactive. How do I know? Once I change an ID, then there is a communication. So other informations are what are responding, which means that what there is interactivity. Then for it to be dynamic means that what the values are not constants. That is, the values you see across this field varies. They can change per time. Like I click here now, you can see that what the values have changed. So this is what makes your dashboard dynamic. At the same time, make it what? Interactive. So when I use the word dynamic, now you understand what I'm talking about. But in this context, we are focusing on another lookup function, which is called hlookup function. The H represents horizontal data, just like the way the V represents vertical data, which automatically means that your data structure must be horizontal format before you can actually use the hlookup. The same thing, your data structure must be vertical before you can use the vertical lookup. So you see the constraint here now. So it is this constraint that I just mentioned. The reason why they invented hlookup, which means that what? Cross, which means that bi-directional what? Lookup. That is a function that can search value, in both directions. That is, it can search value to a negative direction, and it can also search value to what? Positive what? Direction. That is the challenge that they experience, or we experience, with VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP that led to the introduction of the SLOOKUP. Because I did something yesterday. If you observe, this was not the place this particular header was before. This header was somewhere here. But because I understand the logic, because I understand the criteria for applying VLOOKUP, because I understand that VLOOKUP cannot search for any value before it, which is assumed to be negative value. It can only search for value after it. So that was the reason why we relocated the whole of this information from somewhere here down to the first column, so that all these can appear to be positive values, because it cannot search what? Behind. It can only search what? Forward. Now, that is a challenge. So that is why you should not just end at knowing VLOOKUP and what HLOOKUP, because if that is only what you learn, then you will have to face this kind of constraint. Now, one of the reasons why I was able to implement the VLOOKUP, because the structure of my data is vertical. As you can see, the values are vertically what? Computed. I cannot use HLOOKUP on this until I transpose it. So there is what we call transpose. Transpose is a function that automatically switch the header to become horizontal and switch the value to become what? Vertical. Because what we are concerned with right now is that these headers that are vertically listed, like this now, we have order ID, we have region, we have country. We want them to be listed like this horizontally, because which means that regions should come to where you have this, Country should come to where you have this. Item type should come to where you have this. So at the end of transposing, you will discover that all these headings that are vertically listed, because if you look at the way I am highlighting now, it looks as if they are horizontally listed, but they are not. They are vertically. How do I know? Because this is a column. This is another column. This is another column. The reason why it looks as if they are horizontally what? Labeled, because they are in the same row. Now, once they are in different rows, they become what? Horizontally listed, no longer what? Vertically listed. I believe that is clear. So now let's go back to the hlookup. So the first thing I'm going to do is to transpose this particular data. So let's deal with the aspect of transposing before we go to understand the parameter. So it's just one parameter that will be different. Every other one still remain the same way I explained them in the case of VLOOKUP. Now, in case you are writing your step, what I want to teach us right now is how to transpose vertical data to become horizontal data, which you can also reverse. You can transpose from vertical to horizontal data structure. You can also transpose from horizontal back to what? Vertical. What are you saving yourself from as an expert? Ordinarily, if I don't know how to transpose, it means that the whole of this data have to be recomputed so that all this header can be listed horizontally. So imagine that kind of stress. So how do we go about that? The first thing you are going to do is to copy the entire data. I'll copy it, Control C. I'll make a copy. Why I want to make a copy of this, it is because I don't want to lose this, because I have already used this to develop my VLOOKUP automated system. So I don't want to convert this. So I'm retaining this one. I want to take it to another sheet and then just put it here. So I will name this particular sheet hlookup. So I will know that this particular data is for creating the automated system using the hlookup. So let me attach data. Okay, so now that I have the data now, I will just transpose this because I don't need this vertical one here. So how do I transpose? You highlight this. Now, instead of you copy first. Remember that once you have selected the area, just the area where you have the data, please don't select SS, just the area where you have the data. Now, once you have selected it, then you come to this particular command, which is called what? Copy, under what? Home. Now, once you click on copy, then you will go down. You cannot paste it in front of it because as it stands now, with the help of this value, the whole of this row has been used. So you cannot paste it in front of it. So you will now come down. I can just click here just to indicate that this is where I want to paste it. So once you have done your copy, you specify the position where you want to paste it. And then you come back to Home tab and then go to Paste. Now, this is where the difference is. We are not using the normal pasting. We are pasting special. Look at it here. We are pasting special. The reason why we are pasting special because we want to access that transpose, because our intention is to switch this to become horizontal data, because currently this is the vertical what? Data. So once I click on this, you will now see transpose here. So once you click on transpose, then you click OK. Now, if you check now, look at what has happened. All the headers are now what? Horizontally listed. 1, 2, 3. Though they look as if they are vertically listed like this, but they are not, because we have to trace it this way, that this header control what? All this value. this header control this value. But when you were tracing, when the data was vertical, just like the way we are still having it now, this is how you were tracing it. This header control this value, not tracing it. Just for you to know why we can say that this is a horizontal data, not vertical. So let me get response if that is clear before I proceed. Are we following, please?
Yes.
All right, so let me continue. Always use the reaction button. So once I see it, I'll know that you need my attention. Okay, so now that we have transposed, you can just press escape to deselect. Now, we don't actually need the vertical anymore. So I will highlight the vertical section only and then press my delete to clear it up. Now, I will take the whole of this to the first row. Please always ensure that. So highlight it like this, horizontally as usual. Then take everything back to the first row. There's a reason for that, so that when we get to the aspect of calculating our row index, it will not count an empty row. So that is why I'm taking it up to where I deleted the vertical data that gave us this horizontal data from. Make sure that it is always in the first row. Okay, so now we have just structure our data if it was not given to us in horizontal structure to horizontal structure. Now that we have gotten the shape that is required to implement hlookup, let's go back to the slide and understand the function. So as you can see here, like I said, the only place that is different from VLOOKUP is just this. In the case of VLOOKUP, it was column index, not row index. So that is why once you master the VLOOKUP, you are not expected to have issue with what? The horizontal lookup. Because I have already explained this. Your lookup value, your table array is still the selection of the entire area. Then your row index is the particular row. That is the reason why I make sure that there is no empty row. Because if there is empty row here, let's assume that the order ID is at number 2. Then when it gets to where I want to define the row to narrow the search to, then it's going to be counting, instead of counting the order as 1, it will be counting that blank row as 1. And then with that, you are not going to have to put any result. So that was the reason why I said always make sure that you don't leave any empty row. So now that we have done that, so is to duplicate this particular one to design our structure as well. So what I'm going to do is this, is to simply copy this structure, sorry, this header only. So now you are designing your user interface, just like I did in the case of VLOOKUP. So what do I have here? So I have an empty sheet here. So let me paste it here. So this is going to be the application interface. This is going to be the application interface. Now, let me just name it as automated app analysis. Automated app analysis. So the idea is that we are going to bring out all the what? Now remember what we just clarified the other time. I can decide to be referencing this place to be empty. But in this case, I'm not going to do that because I've already explained that. So just to save my time, let me go and call all this value. So these are the values you actually got the other time using the data validation. But in this case, based on the structure of the data, I have to paste them. I don't want to validate. You understand that now. So I paste. You cannot paste this here because it's copy what? Area. Okay, so let's say. So if that should be the case, to avoid this kind of error, what you do is this. You just take everything, Control C. Let's go to the app page. Clear everything you have here. Then Control C. Control V rather. We did not copy because I deleted. Let me copy again. Control C. Go to your app sheet. Control V. Now you will now select here. Hold down your Shift and Control. Select it horizontally, vertically, then delete. So this is what I intend to do. Now, which means that we are going to use all this as our lookup value. So once you get a value here, it will fetch the region for this ID, fetch country for this ID, fetch item type for this ID, fetch sales channel for this ID until it gets to what? Total profit for the same ID under this column. Now, when it gets here, to take this ID also, fetch its own region, fetch its own country, fetch its own what? Item type until it gets to what? Profit. The same thing until it fetches all the ID corresponding information. So that is exactly what we want to achieve. Now, to do that, this is where you now activate your hlookup equals to hlookup. Now, your lookup value is this. That is your lookup value. Then comma. Now, your table array, we are going to switch back to the hlookup data sheet and then capture everything, just like the way we did it. Capture everything like this. That is your table array, comma. Then your row index is the same 2. Now, let me show us why it's still 2. This is the ID as the lookup value. Then what you are looking for right now is region. So if it's to count the row, this is 1. Then you are to fetch region, which is going to be Australia, from what? Second row. So I'm still going to put what? 2 here. Then the same thing, you specify your matching value, which is the first value where it could not fetch it. You should output 0. So if I click here, you can see that what? It has automatically what? Fetch out what? The Australia. So for any reason, if I delete this from here, for example, and I call this ID, I just want to check this ID here. So if I put equals to and call this ID here, you see that what? It will also fetch its corresponding value. But that is not our target. So our target is that it should fetch all this information across all the ID. Now, one of the good things about hlookup is that it is more AI oriented than VLOOKUP. But the only thing is that the VLOOKUP is mostly used based on the kind of app or the kind of app it builds. Because this app, I don't know, it might be, to me, I prefer what? VLOOKUP. Now, in the case of VLOOKUP, you notice that we have to copy the formula and paste it and then edit the column index before we could use the same formula to call the next field value. But in this case, I don't have to do that. I will just click here and autofill. You see, it will call it automatically. Then, even if you now autofill like this, it will also call everything automatically. So you can see the level of AI this one carry. So if you drag anything here, it will also what? Call everything for you automatically. So even if you come here and do it until you get to the end of the data and you keep dragging, it will what? Automatically be fetching the record. So it is easier to apply compared to what? VLOOKUP. Because you don't have to start changing the column index. In this case now, if it doesn't work automatically like this, then you will have been coming here to change the row index before you can call other value. So you can see that within a few seconds, I was able to invoke all this ID information across this header from here automatically. That is the AI that we are actually testing. So that is how you apply hlookup. So if there's any question, you ask. If there's no question, then we'll quickly switch to slookup, because I believe that this is a long break between now till Friday or Saturday, which is our next meeting. I believe you must have gone through the video and be able to replicate everything. But let me give us a few minutes for question if you have any. If you don't have questions, so I assume that we are following, right? Are we together? Please, I want to hear from someone before I proceed. Please, can you all hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
But you are not
Yes,
responding now. Are you waiting for somebody to respond? Once you hear me, just unmute and respond to avoid wasting time. I was asking that, are we good to go with the hlookup?
Sorry, I was trying to practice. That's why.
So I want to confirm again. Can I proceed with to the hlookup?
Sir, please, can you take it just one more, please?
You go and watch the video, you know the process. Otherwise, we will not be able to. I want to finish hlookup. Just go and sit down with the video. It's the same thing as taking it again.
Okay, sir.
Just go and sit down with the video. You have a long time to sit down with the video and go through it again, so that we will not. I don't want to teach the hlookup in a hurry. Except if I finish the hlookup before time, then I can come back to it. All right, please, let's pay attention. Let's pay attention. All right, so let's quickly go to the hlookup. So like I have already explained before, the hlookup came into existence as a result of certain challenges we were facing with the hlookup and the VLOOKUP. As a matter of fact, after learning this hlookup, there might not be need for VLOOKUP, neither what hlookup. Okay, because the hlookup is actually performing the role of what? Both of them. It can search value on both directions, both positive and negative. So if you check my notes here, you check the notes here, I said the hlookup function searches for, sorry. Sorry, I'm trying to sort out what happened to my camera. All right, so like I was saying, the hlookup function searches for a value in a table and returns a value from another column. It is an improved version of VLOOKUP and hlookup function. So just pay attention. If you are able to understand it, you will notice that you may not involve VLOOKUP because it's actually faster. Now, let's study the syntax so that let's take note of the parameters or arguments that are different. And I'm going to explain each of them. So this is the function. Lookup value remain the same. In VLOOKUP, we still have lookup value, so which means that is sorted out. Then where we have table array, in the case of VLOOKUP and hlookup, has been replaced with what? Lookup array. Now your lookup array is the column where the value, just like that other ID, the column where the value which you are using as a criteria to call out a value in another column from. That is your lookup array. While return array is the value you are calling from another column with the lookup array. So just to interpret it, when we did VLOOKUP using that same scenario of a order ID, the order ID was the criteria we use in calling order field values from the data source. So which means that that order value selection is the lookup array now, while the region that you call as your index, as your column index or row index is now your return array. That is, you use order as your lookup array to call out what? Region as your what? Return array. Now, if not found, I told us before that what? Any of these input or arguments that are in square bracket, they are optional, which means that if I decide not to observe any of these, like if not found and match mode and search mode, in as much I have supplied my lookup array, my lookup value, lookup array, return array, I am good to go. Now, I want to also explain the scenario where you can do away with this, where you are 100% sure that a value will definitely be called out. Because that if not found is the first value. Remember, I told her that all these functions that we are looking at called lookup functions, they also falls under a cell conditional function or logical function, which require false value and true value. The true value is the value you get if it is true, and the value you get if it is false. If it is not true, is your false value. So we should always bear that in mind. Okay, now in the case of VLOOKUP, remember after putting that 2, I was putting 0. That 0 was representing our if not found. It should display 0. So if it has outputted 0 in the course of implementing the VLOOKUP and the hlookup, that will have informed me that was the expected value was not fetched. Okay, now I have taken my time to break them down in a way that is going to be very simple for us to understand. Now the argument associated with what? The hlookup. 1, lookup value. I don't have to explain that, you know that already. The criteria that will be used to call out what? Your value. Now, the range of cells to search, the range of cells to search, the range of cells to search is your what? Lookup array. Return array, the range of cells containing the value you are looking for or you want to get, want to display. Then of course, if not found, optional. But in case you want to supply it, the value to return if the lookup value is not found. Then the same thing with match mode, optional. But in case you want to apply it, set it to 0 for an exact match, just like what we were doing when we added 0. So with this, I believe you understand the function parameters or argument. Now, there is one thing with this. If your Excel version is below 2019, you are not going to get it by default, this particular function. Because if you look at it here, look at what they said here. It is an improved version, which means that old version of Excel will not have it. Anything 2019 will not have it. You only have it from 2020. So which means that for those of us that are using 2019, I'm going to quickly show us how you can install the add-in. The add-in is also, it also means plugin, which means that you want to increase the application functionality, which also means that you have just acknowledged that there is a function you need, but it does not come as default with the app. Therefore, you want to call it in, you want to install it, because there are platforms where this function has been uploaded that you can download and install the plugin and make your Excel to have it incorporated. So that is the next thing I'm going to show us now, because if you look at my own Excel now, if I type anything like, just like, remember, when we type VLOOKUP, VL, it brought out what? VLOOKUP. Then when we type HL, it brought out what? HLOOKUP. Now, let's type SL. You see that what? It doesn't what? Bring it out, which means that what? It does not exist because I'm using Excel 2019. Now, in this case, I deliberately left the installation so that I can show you how to go about it. Now, what you do is that you quickly go to a browser. You go to a browser using Google. Just search for Excel DNAS function. Excel DNAX function. Once you search it on Google, it's going to bring out what? Different what? Link. But this particular link now, I am going to drop it. Let me quickly drop it in the group chat so that you can just click on it if you are using your laptop and be able to what? To download it. So let me drop it here. Now, once you click on the link, it will bring you to this page. So from this page, you scroll down. So you need to know your system bits. I am very sure that nobody in this class is running 32 window architecture. But just in case you want to know, because until you understand your window architecture, which could either be 32 bits or 64 bits, you will not know which of these you are to download. Because if you download the wrong one, you are not going to get the function added to your Excel for you to be able to use it. So let me quickly show us how I can even check my window architecture. Just click on the File Explorer. It will open up what? An interface like this. Then navigate to where you have this PC. Depending on the type of window you are using. If you are using Windows 7, it will now be what? My computer. But if you are using Windows 11, Windows 10, it will be what? This PC. So right click on it and navigate to Properties. Then from here, we are going to see information about this system. So let's wait for it to open. Then you can see that here, this is what? 64-bit. So with this knowledge now, I now know the type of window. Now, coming back here, I know which of these I am to download. So I will just click on this one. Then watch out what happened. It will download it like this. Now, after downloading it, this is how you get it. Now, when you download any file, automatically it goes to your system default download folder. And how do you access that? Go back to that File Explorer. Go back to that File Explorer. Let me remove this environment. Go back to the File Explorer, then locate what? Download. So you find it here. So now that you have downloaded it, you will now go to Excel. You now go to Excel. So let's assume that I'm deleting some of these sheets so that to avoid complication, I want to remove all the hlookup. So I'm having this. So this is where I want to use the hlookup. So I will just name it hlookup analysis. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is to install it in this particular sheet. Remember the last time we checked, when we type equals to and type SL, you can see that it did not display it as a default function. So now let's go and install it and come back to do the same thing. Then we should be able to see it listed. So how do we go about installing that plugin that we just downloaded? You go to File. Then from File, you come to Option. So once you click on Option, it will prompt you this dialog box. So from here, you go to Add In. So this Add In is a channel that Excel created in order to expand its functionality. So in case tomorrow there is a new feature and you are using an old version, so this is a kind of channel that is created for you to always upgrade to add to the old version. So I click on it. Then once you click, make sure that when you come to manage, what we are seeing here is Excel adding, not com adding, not action. Though by default, it has already been programmed. Then once you can see this, click on go. Once you click on go, you see that under this adding, you cannot find the hlookup. So I will now click on browse because I have downloaded it. Then target that download folder, then click on it, and then click OK. Now it will add it here. Now it's here. Now I need this other thing. Just check them because you might need them for one or two things. Then click OK. Install. Let's see why it generated this error. Okay, install. Now let's do that same thing we did the other time. So we want to check if it's already incorporated. So equals to SL. So it's not. That means there was an error because if it has been installed, as I type SL, it ought to have brought out the command. So let's go back there and try it again and see what happened. Adding. Oh, you see, we are the one that made the mistake. We did not check it when we were checking order. So let's check it and click OK. So now let's go back again. Make sure you save it. Let's go back again. Equals to SL. SL is not still here. Okay, so let's see. There might be compatibility issue, but let's see, check. It's not still checking it. Okay. So let's see, it's like there is compatibility issue, but let me just find that first. So let me go back again and find out. So it's on checking itself. Let's just find out. Okay, so let me delete this very one. So something is wrong here. So you can as well be doing it in your own case. Just click on that link that I sent to you. One of you can even confirm it before mine work. Let me still check. Let me still upload it again. An add-in has been blocked because the source of the add-in is untrusted. So this is a window security. This is an alert issue. Okay, let me see how we are going to resolve it. Microsoft Office has identified potential. Leave this add-in, disable. No. Let me see what I have here. Click on the option here. So please, you can be trying it as well. Let's see if it will go, but I'm trying to rectify my issue here. I want to rectify the security issue here. Let me check. Yes. No. Once you have gotten it, please just unmute and communicate to us. Okay, so let me try something. Let me try setting my Windows security. Let me off the Windows security feature just to allow it. Go to my privacy, click here. Manage. So I'll turn off this just to allow it to go. So let's take it again. Okay. Option. Add in. Go. I know if I restart the system, it will work, but I don't want to restart. Let me check it again. Please, if it has worked for you, let me know. Because I'm having security issue. Has it worked for anybody? Just try it. It will work. Just
Sorry, it threw me off.
You said?
I've been off for some time.
Yeah, we are trying to, I'm still on it. I'm trying to turn off my Windows security feature so that it will allow it to install. So it's what is happening is that my Windows security feature is blocking it. So okay. I wanted you.
What do we type on it? What do we type on Chrome to get it?
Click on the link. Go to the WhatsApp group. Yeah. I've already dropped the link there. Just click on that link. It will take you to this environment straight. Then you download this very one. So let me keep trying to see if my own will go through, because if it does not, there is no way I can apply it. It means that I will have to stop. Okay, so let's go now quickly. Okay, we are type that particular code. Let's be watching you.
Here, right?
No. It is not an address now. Type it in Google search box. Yes. Type there. It's even showing there.
I've typed before.
Now,
which one do I click on?
Now.
This one?
No, click on the first one. The first one.
First one?
Yes, click on that. Yeah, scroll down. Touch that Touch that Excel DNA. Let me see what you have there. Touch it.
Here.
No, that DNA function where you have 0.5. Touch it. Click on it. Click on it. So this is what somebody uploaded to his GitHub account. A solution. Now scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Good. So now click on that 64-bit. Yes, click on it.
That is if my own is 64-bit, right?
Yes, it is. It is. You have I've already checked it before now. Click on it. Let it download. Okay. Now go to
Excel.
Now go to Excel. Now go to Excel.
Okay, Excel.
Go back to Excel. Go back to Excel.
Okay. Here.
You can't see your Excel interface. So
Here now.
we can't see your Excel interface. Okay. Can you hear me? So yeah, are you with
Let's see,
us?
are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Hello, I'm here.
Can you see my
Yeah, I
Excel
can see
screen?
your page. Yes, yes, I'm
Your
seeing
screen
it.
is just coming up. Please, can you unshare? It's just showing the sharing.
Yeah, I
But
can hear you.
okay.
It's
Okay.
showing what?
No, I
But
can
can I
see.
show multiple? Okay.
I have seen it. I have seen it.
So what will I do?
Go to file. Go to file. Click on file. Now select option. Option. Yes. Hold on. Then click on add in. Yeah. Click. Now click on go because it's already showing Excel padding. Now click on browse. Click on browse.
Browse. There's something you said we need to tick
No,
here.
don't worry, don't worry. Leave this one. We can always come back. Let's go for what we are looking for first. Oh yeah, go to your download. That is not your download.
I'm on browse now.
Scroll up to access your download folder. Scroll up. Download. Click on it. Now, yeah, select it. Click OK. Now, yeah, click OK. Don't worry. Let's confirm first. Click OK. Click OK.
Adding have been blocked.
Good. Now, what I'm going now we are having the same thing. So let's go and download from another link. So this particular link, I think this.
What will I do? It's the same error you have.
Yes, yes. So it means that this particular link, let's go back to the Google and download from another link. So this link is not trusted. That's probably virus or something. So let's go back to the Google. Go back to the Google. Let's take it together. So once I confirm it with your own, and then you share that link with us. Okay, now go to the other one. Scroll down. Let's see. Scroll down.
I think it should be this one. They said a match for all.
Yes.
This one is under Google.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Can I click it?
Click on that one that is under Google. Click on it.
So I can't hear you again.
I can hear you.
You said match for all. X match for all.
Click on it. Click.
Can I click it on the Google? Yes. Go again.
Oh yeah, scroll down. Let me see what you have there. Now click on that, select that particular test, Excel DNA function. Click on it.
Where do I go?
Madam, hold on.
I don't understand. It's like people are. Can I click on this?
Go up, go up. There is an option I want to select first.
This one.
Can you hear me?
Or
I don't
this?
think you can. I don't think you can hear me. Can you hear me?
You say?
You are not hearing me.
I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, now scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Scroll up. Now touch this Excel DNA. Excel DNA. Touch it, whether it's clickable. Is it clickable?
It's not highlighted. It's
Okay,
not highlighted.
hold on, hold on. Now, hold on. I am making a small hiding in that whatever to match the announce build function. Now click on that option. Look at the option where he says I am. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hosted here. Look at that place that says the add-in is called S function and hosted here. Click on that link. No, the next one. The next one. Yes, click on it. Let's see what it brings. Okay, now scroll down. Scroll down, scroll down. Scroll down, scroll down. Let me see everything. If I go up again. Okay, now get it. Is that all? Have you gotten down? I would just want to see. Now click on that. No. Don't worry. Go up, go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. Go up, go up. So if, hold on, binary release has hosted GitHub, whatever. And here are some example worksheets, workbook with data from online help. And click on that, click on this one, the one under get started or getting started. Click on it. Yes, click.
This one.
Yes, click. Okay, now click on, yes, no. Click on the Excel DNA. Click on it.
Is it not the same one we clicked before?
Don't worry, click. It's not the same place. Is it the same thing? It's not the same thing.
That.
Scroll down. Don't worry. Scroll down.
See it now.
Is it the same source?
I'm thinking so. I don't know. But
it will be the same, but wait, hold on. Just stay here. Let me just check my own. Let me use my own to confirm.
Okay.
It is not.
Okay.
That my own is 0.2. This one is 5 points. Oh yeah, click. Click on it.
Which one is 5 points?
Yes, click on it. Click.
It has downloaded.
Now let's go back to Excel. If we try this, if it doesn't work, then we have to stop the class here. I'll take time to get the one that is working.
So I should not open this.
No, don't open it. Go to Excel. Understand the process. It is from Excel. You call it. You are not to open it and install. Open your Excel.
Okay.
Quickly. Open Excel.
Okay.
Are you in this? Okay, it's coming up. Okay.
Yes.
Let's go through the process again. File. Then option. Go.
Is there?
Don't worry. Don't worry. Just
I should press again.
go ahead. Go ahead. The first one. Could it be this one? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, click. Oh yeah, check everything. Check. Don't check. Yeah, check everything. Just check all the boxes.
I should check everything.
Yes, check everything. So we hope this one works. If it doesn't work, then I'll take time to get the working one before. No. Okay. Just hold on. Click, select somewhere, click. Oh yeah, type ES, let's see. So clear that one. Clear that equals to X is not still
Not
there.
coming out.
Which version of Excel are you using?
It should be
2019, Abi. The one I installed for you the other time, right?
I don't know. Wait.
Because this function only work with 2019 and above. So what
Why
you
don't
do?
you jump to 2019 or more?
Yes.
Then will I check?
Wait, have you reinstalled your Excel on your system?
Hold on.
Let me see. Wow. Now I understand.
I thought you're supposed to show here.
Now, let me show you. I want to share my screen now. I want to share my screen and show us something. Just
Okay.
unshare your screen. I have seen the reason why we are not able to do it. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Now, I said 2019. Even me, I'm running 2016. So I'm going to upgrade before the next class. Look at it. This is where you go to check your version. Go to File, come to Account. You see the version I'm using. Can you see it? It's not even 2019. So that is the reason. That is the reason. Check your own now. Let's see whether, what do you have there? I'm not hearing you, man. Can you hear me?
I have 2019.
2019, that's what you have there.
Are you seeing it?
Okay, let me unshare first. Where is it? Oh yeah, go back again. Go back. Let me confirm.
Have you seen it?
Okay, you have 2019. You have 2019.
Yes.
Now, restart that Excel and check again for the S hlookup. Restart and check again. Close it and start it again.
See, what is this? What are they saying about this get add-ins?
Yes, you can also use to search. Leave that one. That is not the one. That one is for 365.
Then this account error. What about this account error? It's not a problem.
It can be, but that shouldn't be an issue regarding to what we are doing right now. Okay. Just restart the application and check again. I want to find out something before we close.
I should restart what?
Excel only.
Okay, I should close it.
Yes, close it and start it again.
Okay. So I should open a fresh Excel.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Now go through the process again. Go and type it and see whether.
Is it I should type straight or still go to download?
Yeah?
I should, okay. Okay, I should still go to
No, share your screen. Let me see what you have there.
I'm sharing now, but it's Excel, so I should go back to Chrome.
No, when you type SL, it did not bring it out, right?
No, it didn't bring it out.
Okay, now this is what we are going to do, because even if we get it now, there's no way I can still take the topic. So I will move the topic to our next class. let me get the one and rectify it with my own system first. Then I will share that one with us in the next class.
Okay.
So that, because even if we get it now, time has gone, we cannot apply it.
Okay.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Nice. Thank
So
you.
your assignment is to apply the hlookup. So make sure that you practice the hlookup, please.